Hello, Smoky Valley. It's good to talk to you again. Today is August 27th. It has been 167 days since we have seen your children in school. Since March 13th, it's been a long, long summer. We had an early release for the summer and then again a late start to this school year. So, 1 week from today, we're going to get to see your kids. So, we're excited about that as we begin our first method of instruction face to face with your children. So, looking forward to seeing them next Thursday. A couple of things I want to bring to your attention tonight. Um, First of all, I want to talk a little bit about the Spectator guidelines that are in place now. Remember, the guidelines have limitations on spectators imposed upon us by the McPherson County Health Department. The McPherson County Health Department has imposed a 25% capacity limitation. Okay, well, what does that mean? That means only 25% of the current maximum capacity can be in the gymnasium for volleyball or at the stadium for football. Let's back up just a little bit. Number one, we are most excited for the fact that our kids right now are going to be able to start the year playing sports. And if we look at that in our community, we understand the importance of academics, but we also understand the importance of athletics for our kids who need it. They need their coaches, they need their team, they learn a lot on the court and on the field. So this is about the players. We're grateful that they get to play, and we're going to have to live with the spectator limitations. I'm going to go over those briefly. We have posted those on our Facebook page. We also have some guidelines that we've posted on our Facebook page from our league. But every county is a little bit different. And so what we're going to see in McPherson County is a 25% capacity limitation. Read through those. Each of our participants will receive 2 seats or 2 tickets to the activity. Now, those kids are going to, the kids and adults, we're talking about coaches, cheerleaders. If the dance team performs, they are also active participants. They're going to get 2 tickets, probably their parents, their guardians, maybe a brother or sister, maybe a grandparent. But they get to decide where those 2 tickets go. But please remember that we have to treat the visiting team the same way. So if we're getting 2 tickets per participant, so will they. So we're getting closer and closer to our 500 maximum capacity. Each participant will put down the names and some information about the person that they are inviting to come to the game, so those people have a reserved spot. If you have a child playing football and that child puts down mom and dad, then those 2 have a reserved seat. You don't have to be there early. We'll have your name. That information will come out from the high school. Keep in mind, we have an activity in 2 days. Saturday morning, we'll have a volleyball. A portion of the league volleyball tournament, triangular, will be here Saturday morning. And so we're already getting ready to sign up some of those free tickets. Well, they're not free. You still have to pay to get in. And then we will have a limited number of tickets available at the gate. So that's a gamble because we're going to have to cut it off. And what we have right now for the football stadium is a maximum of 500 viewers. 500 people can come to as a spectator to the game. Once we get to 501, we have to cut it off. So the online piece will be the participants putting in the information that they choose for their 2 people that they invite to watch the game. They'll have a reserved seat, and the rest of those tickets pretty much will go to those who come to the gate. So we hope it's all home people. Now, when we go to a visitor's game or activity, there may be some different rules in place. We're going to constantly relay that information to you so that you know what's going on. Passes will not be honored this year. If you have a senior citizens pass, a league pass. Now, a league pass will be honored if you're a parent and you're on the list. or your name is written down, you're on the list, you might get in free, but you still have to be on that list. Spectators will be expected to follow CKAL 2020 fall COVID guidelines. Those are also posted on our Facebook page. And spectators should sit in family units. We're going to ask you to mask up and social distance. So please remember that. Again, I'm going to emphasize the fact we're grateful our kids get to participate in the activity, and it is about the kids, but we want to do everything we can to get the parents there within that 500, or in the gymnasium, it's going to be 337. So we have a triangular Saturday morning, 337 could fill up fairly fast. We hope that if mom and dad are on the list, and grandma and grandpa and a brother or sister come, that they maybe still be able to get in if they're here on time and there are still seats available. And please follow the protocol when you come to those games. Don't forget also, if you can't make it to a football game, we are blessed to have Mike Rose and Donnie Bankston doing the voiceover or the radio live at live.smokyvalley.org. That is live.smokyvalley.org. Tune in, because some great streaming going on. You can sit at home and watch the activity, watch the football game. Next Friday night, we're at home already. We're getting ready for that. So if you can't be at the game, or you're concerned about COVID and exposing yourself, please watch live.smokyvalley.org. It's almost like being there. So it's not the same. We appreciate the support of our entire community. People are reaching out saying, how can I come to the game? That's wonderful, because we have great support from our community, not just family, but we really want to let family in first. And that's important, because we believe that if a child gets injured, we have minors at Smoky Valley High School. We want to make sure that the parent can be there and doesn't have to be forced to sit at home and watch it on the computer. Okay, that's all I have to say about that piece. Athletics is very important. We're going to have senior night, the first night as well, honoring our players and their parents. So now we have more participants at those events. So the number at the gate may be very limited. So I'm going to move on to one other thing. Most of you have already seen that I came out with a video that said we weren't going to allow gators based on some information we got. And then I've also posted since that time, new information has come out that we will allow gators, the pull-up masks that just kind of lay around your neck. And those are going to be approved as well by the McPherson County Health Department. They said that those face coverings are going to be acceptable. We're going to be handing those out to some of our elementary kids, as well as some masks. If you come with a gaiter on and it appears to be appropriate, we're going to allow you to wear that when school starts on September 3rd. Just wear an appropriate face covering when you do come. Temperatures will be taken at the door, so please keep in mind that if you feel like your child has a fever, keep them at home. Because if their fever is detected as they enter the building, we're going to call you and we're going to ask you to come pick up your child, and then we may have to have them stay home for a while. So make sure that fever is gone, and the fever is gone for at least 24 hours without medication, and then they can return to school. One last thing I want to bring to your attention tonight, as we are starting in phase 1 of a face-to-face learning environment with all of our kids coming in every day, all day. If we move to a hybrid in phase 2, if our gating criteria and our gating task force says that we need to move to a hybrid, we're going to communicate that out to you just as quick as we can, that we're going to a hybrid. Remember, the hybrid is half day for most of our kids, half day every day. If we move to a hybrid, your child will either be an AM or a PM student. And we are working on that right now. We did not do like some districts do, where we say A through L are AM and M through Z are PM. We're working through that pretty diligently with an expanded spreadsheet. Mike Rose, thank you for your work on that one. Our principals got together. We also brought in administrative assistants to determine exactly how we want to do that, how we're going to assign that, and there's a purpose for almost every child. If you are a rural student who rides the bus, you can pretty much be assured that your child will be in the PM. If you are in VOTEC in the afternoon, you're probably going to be in AM because you're going to be taking your regular classes in the morning, so we put you in the morning. If you take Hutch Community College classes as a junior or senior, you'll probably be an AM student. And then if you're a sibling of one of those kids who has an assigned area, you'll probably be assigned to that same area. And the rest of the students we try to divide up evenly so that we have a breakdown of students that will be in smaller classes. If second grade has 10 in the PM and 9 in the AM, that's pretty evenly divided. And we're probably going to leave that as it is. We're going to get those out to you early next week. We hope not to go to a hybrid very soon, but I think the sooner we communicate that with you and let you know that your child is an AM student or your children are in the AM, the sooner we get that to you, the more opportunity you have to start making arrangements just in case that happens. You need to have a backup plan, know where your kids are going to go in the afternoon. If you have an older child who can watch the younger ones, we're going to try to put them together if at all possible. Sometimes that's not because you might be rural, so that means you're PM, but your high school student needs to be in a community college class, which is only happening in the morning, so we might be splitting up a family. We don't want to do that. But those assignments will come out early next week. We're going to let you know that just as soon as we possibly can. But we're not starting in a hybrid right now. Keep that in mind. We can't wait to see your kids face to face. We're getting started with activities. We've already had a junior varsity tennis competition, volleyball Saturday morning, football next week. Here we go. Class starts on September 3rd. We will see you then. Take care.